Hi, Maaret. How are you doing today?
All is good, thanks.
Okay, great. Maaret, thank you so much for accepting the keynote speaker invite for the Global Testing Retreat 2022 by Agile Testing Alliance. And it is a pleasure to have you on board with us. And also, I would like to congratulate you on your 25 years of experience completed in the testing industry. That's indeed a great milestone. Not many can fathom. Um, Although people already know who Maaret is, but still I would request you to can you please introduce yourself and speak something about what makes Maaret Maaret?
I ended up in testing 25 years ago because I had studied the Greek language and I could probably operate computers based on the fact that I was studying computer science.
Okay.
So I got directly recruited. I became a tester.
Mhm.
I decided at some point that no one cares. And then I realized that no one respects people who are not good. So just become good. And that's kind of the journey I've been on since. And I work, my day-to-day job is at Vaisala
Right.
with embedded devices, measurement devices, and system process measurement data with regards to weather.
Mm-hmm.
I have basically three roles. I'm a tester in a team, I am a test manager across multiple teams for a product, and I am a test mover across the entire organization. So it's been
Okay, that's great. So you wear many hats, Maaret, at Vaisala and otherwise as well. You are a great mentor. I see you offering a lot of workshops for free to enthusiastic testers around, and you really help new speakers sharpen their skills. How's your experience has been in different conferences where you are a chair and as a reviewer?
it's
What's the
one
other? Yeah.
there's why I do it. One is that there's awesome people. It's a great way of meeting brilliant, active people
I agree.
who basically give me the second reason. I am always there to learn myself, like a selfish reason of learning more. And I learn with people and through people by teaching people, by people teaching me. So finding those kind of intimate moments where we build stuff together. It's equally educational for me, as I hope it is for the people that I work with.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So, Marit, your topic about targeting errors of omission, would you like to throw some light on it? What it is all about?
Noticing that a lot of testers they take the specific, they read the specification and they analyze around the specification and try to create scenarios that cover all kinds of things that are inspired by that specification, kind of like, following someone else's guidelines and making sure that we turn that into empirical evidence of having that realized. But there's this whole category of problems, of things we didn't build
Right.
or ask, or things we asked unclearly.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I think of as a results gap. Like we do exactly what we were asked to do, and yet we have our customers, our users, our stakeholders kind of finding themselves a little disappointed in us not quite work. And years collecting these techniques
Mm-hmm.
that makes visible,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to share some of those techniques and experiences with the audience in this conference.
Okay, that's great, Marin. So I'm sure audience would really learn as to when it is not obvious what you can see and think about it because you wrote very well that our code is as good as our ideas. That was a very good point there. So Marit, I would like to ask how your experience has been so far as a PLC member on Selenium. What are your thoughts about how do you encourage people to contribute back to the open source?
I'm still trying to figure that out. There's so many different kind of contributions
Right,
people can do. Being a PLC member is one kind of contribution. There's
right.
other things that you could do. It looks like we'll be working with documentation a bit more, because the user's experience through documentation, that's kind of what scales
Right.
in the world. And kind of finding those groups of people where you can take some theme forward that is close to your heart, and
Right.
it's also close to their heart.
Right.
Center of open source, finding those groups where you have something mutual that you want to take forward.
Okay, that's good to know, Maaret. So, one last question I have is, so what is Maaret doing when she is not testing, when she is not teaching, when she is not motivating people? What is that you do the rest of the day?
Well, I do many things than these, even though it sometimes appears. I have 2 kids,
Right.
and doing stuff with them, sometimes I might with them, but having whatever life conversations, figuring out how to do this whole thing we live in
Right.
is something we definitely do. Teenagers are lovely because they are so smart, and you can have really in-depth conversations. So that's definitely something. I like swimming. Swimming is the thing that kind of gives me exercise type of joy. And whenever I feel stressed, there's 2 options for me. One is
Okay.
reading books. I love that.
That's
And
good.
the other one is playing a single computer game. Like I usually play Don't Starve Together. So I really like not dying of starvation in a computer
Okay.
game. So that's my thing.
Okay, that's really good to know. Very interesting. And I agree, swimming is the best form of joy. It's very peaceful. Reading indeed is another great stress buster. So thank you so much, Maaret. Thank you for your time today. And I look forward, and like me, many look forward to hear you at our keynote on 10th and 11th December at the GTR by ATA 2022. Thank you so much, Maaret. Thank you for being there with us.
Thanks, Pallavi. It was great being here.
Thanks.